There's an old saying, you can't escape destiny. Imagine hearing that for the first time. You can't escape destiny. You don't know what your destiny is, so you do a Google search and find out that destiny is a blue-haired gaming streamer. Can't escape destiny? Pretty creepy. But who are we to question the timeless wisdom of an old saying? Destiny is one of the pioneers of online video game streaming. I never got into the streaming the games part, but I am a gamer. I could give Destiny a run for his money. In Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Pole Position, Asteroids, Frogger, Cubert, Jungle King, Defender, Paperboy, Dig Dug, Centipede, Space Invaders, Galaga, Contra, Double Dragon, Rampage, Punch-Out. The list goes on and on and on. Challenge me and see what happens. I guarantee you will get embarrassed. In the meantime, Destiny is apparently so good at whatever games he plays that people are interested in his views on all kinds of other topics. People want to know what Destiny thinks. So, when he was on the Fresh and Fit show recently, one of the guys, either Fresh or Fit, Dumb or Dumber, asked Destiny, who's an atheist, which religion he would pick if he had to pick one.
Real quick, Destiny, if you're going to choose a religion to go to, let's just say you're going to choose a religion to go towards, which would it be? Islam, Christianity, Buddhism?
Destiny was there debating that swastika-shaped pile of mashed potatoes, Suleiman Ahmed, who spent the entire debate blaming Jews for everything he hates about his miserable life. So Destiny began his answer by making fun of Suleiman.
Well, I feel like Jews run the world and are secretly in charge of everything. I feel like I want to be with those dudes.
Perfect answer to a delusional conspiracy nut like Suleiman. If Jews make up 0.2% of the world's population, and yet they control absolutely everyone else on the planet, who wouldn't want to be on that team? But in reality, Destiny doesn't share Suleiman's fantasies about being constantly dominated and manhandled by Jews, so he was joking, and he went on to give a more serious response.
I feel like from all the things that I've learned about religion, I like Christianity because I feel like the coolest cheerleader guy is Jesus, because he's super selfless. He's obviously strong. He's God. He does all the but he handles. He treats everybody with respect, even sinners. Don't judge the sinner, judge the sin. I feel like Jesus is the prime example of if every single person on the planet could be a particular figure, he would be the one that you would want to be like.
Now that's fascinating. Again, Destiny is an atheist. But he says that if he had to pick a religion, he'd pick Christianity because of Jesus. I was not expecting that answer. AP, the apostate prophet, who's also an atheist, started playing this clip during one of our live streams, and he paused right before Destiny gave his answer, and he asked me to predict what Destiny would say. Which religion would Destiny pick? I thought Destiny would say something totally different.
Real quick, Destiny, if you're going to choose a religion to go to, let's just say you're going to choose a religion to go towards, which would it be? Islam?
Oh, what do you think, David? What do you think he will say? Destiny is being asked if you had to choose one religion to go to, which one would it be? David, what's your guess?
I think he'll say Buddhism or some crap. So, I thought he was going to say Buddhism. People who were watching made all kinds of predictions.
Okay, what does everyone else think he will say if he had to pick one religion and atheism would be excluded because it's not a religion? What would Destiny say? I'm curious what he will say. Little Sausage said choose the cow. BDSM laws, Christianity, Wiccan. What Wiccan? Islam for sure. The Jews, Muslims live in Israel. I choose the cow. Christianity, Buddhism, since he's an atheist. LOL. Buddhism, Jainism, Minecraft, Pastafarianism, Scientology. I would say Minecraft seems like likely, but let's see what he says. Agnostic. That's not a religion though. Spaghetti monster religion. This could also be one of the religions he might pick. Agnosticism, magic, Jainism. He's not going to say Christianity. Turdism, atheism, and so on. LOL, Wiccan, Dark Towerism. Okay, let's see what he says.
Imagine our surprise when Destiny said he would choose Christianity.
I feel like from all the things that I've learned about religion, I like Christianity because I feel like the coolest like cheerleader guy is Jesus, because he's super selfless. He's obviously strong. He's God. He does all the but he like handles, he treats everybody with respect, even sinners. Don't judge the sinner, judge the sin. I feel like Jesus is like the prime example of if every single person on the planet could be a particular figure, he would be the one that you would want to be like. So.
That's going to be a video on my channel tomorrow, son.
Whoa, what? That's it, David. That's content for you right there.
Sucks that we're on your channel right now, and I can't hit the hallelujah button.
Now, if Destiny had said he would choose Islam, the Dawa guys would be using this clip as the new proof of Islam. Destiny says he would choose Islam. You see, this is the proof. This is the greatest thing to happen to Islam since Andrew Tate and Sneeko. But fortunately, we're not the Dawa guys. People say all kinds of things. People convert in and out of things all the time. People have all kinds of preferences. Destiny saying he would choose Christianity proves nothing about Christianity. So why am I talking about this? Well, I found two things especially interesting about Destiny's response. First, he says almost the same thing that we find in certain Bible passages. He gave 3 quick reasons he would choose Christianity.
I feel like from all the things that I've learned about religion, I like Christianity because I feel like the coolest like cheerleader guy is Jesus, because he's super selfless. He's obviously strong. He's God. He does all the
So Jesus is powerful. He's God. He's strong. He performs lots of miracles.
But he like handles, he treats everybody with respect, even sinners. Don't judge the sinner, judge the sin.
He treated people well, even sinners. It's not quite correct to say that he treated everyone with respect. Jesus was pretty brutal in his condemnation of hypocritical religious leaders, but we understand Destiny's point. People who were regarded as sinners and social outcasts loved being around Jesus.
I feel like Jesus is like the prime example of if every single person on the planet could be a particular figure, he would be the one that you would want to be like.
The world would be a better place if people tried to be more like Jesus. Definitely can't say that about Muhammad. So that's why Destiny would choose Christianity. Now look at what the Apostle Paul says in Philippians 2. In your relationships with one another, have the same mindset as Christ Jesus, who, being in very nature God, did not consider equality with God something to be used to his own advantage. Rather, he made himself nothing by taking the very nature of a servant, being made in human likeness. And being found in appearance as a man, he humbled himself by becoming obedient to death, even death on a cross. Therefore God exalted him to the highest place and gave him the name that is above every name, that at the name of Jesus every knee should bow in heaven and on earth and under the earth, and every tongue acknowledge that Jesus Christ is Lord, to the glory of God the Father. Paul says that Jesus was in very nature God, but he humbled himself by taking the nature of a servant, and even as a servant, he continued to humble himself. Paul tells Christians to have that mindset in their relationships with other people. Quite similar to what Destiny said.
I feel like from all the things that I've learned about religion, I like Christianity because I feel like the coolest like cheerleader guy is Jesus, because he's super selfless. He's obviously strong. He's God. He does all the but he like handles, he treats everybody with respect, even sinners. Don't judge the sinner, judge the sin. I feel like Jesus is like the prime example of if every single person on the planet could be a particular figure, he would be the one that you would want to be like.
Second, the reason I thought Destiny would say Buddhism is that the new atheists have done a pretty amazing job manipulating people into having an extremely negative view of Jesus and Christianity. If you go back to the 1980s and 1990s, almost everyone in the West, including atheists, would have said that if they had to choose a religion, they would choose Christianity. It was easy to look around and say, I like living in a place where Jesus had a big influence. So if I have to go with someone, I'll go with Jesus. The only exceptions would have been people who prefer something exotic. They'd go with Buddhism just about everyone else would pick Christianity. But in the early 2000s, the new atheists programmed a generation to believe that if we don't stop Christianity right now, Christians are going to establish a Christian theocracy and execute non-Christians and destroy science. Anything you don't like about the world, blame Jesus, it's his fault. Of course, we've seen some saner takes, even from the leaders of the movement.
I sort of feel at home in the Christian ethos. I feel that we are a Christian country in that sense. So I count myself a cultural Christian. I find that I like to live in a culturally Christian country.
But the takeaway at the popular level was that the world is a worse place because of Jesus and Christianity. Christianity has been an obstacle to progress. So, if you're an atheist now, and you had to pick a religion for some reason, what would it be? Certainly not Christianity, it's bad. Not Islam, it's another Abrahamic religion. Not Hinduism, seems too weird. What are you going with? Buddhism, right? Obviously. But Destiny said Christianity, and he gave some surprisingly commonsensical reasons that people 30 or 40 years ago would have taken for granted. This means either that Destiny just isn't as easy to manipulate as many other people of his generation, or that he's yet another individual who's warming up to Christianity because the promises of the new atheists haven't come true. The new atheists assured us that if we just get Christianity out of the way, the world will become more rational, more logical, more scientific. And yet, the moment large numbers of Christians started becoming atheists, the entire world suddenly started going completely insane. So, Destiny could just be a hard target for manipulators, or he could be warming up to Christianity because the predictions of the new atheists didn't come true, or perhaps both. But whatever the case may be, the fact remains. You can't escape destiny, or reality, or Jesus.